Welcome everyone to the full moon reading in October. So this full moon falls on the 9th or the 10th of October, depending on where you are in the world. This full moon is in Aries, a fire sign, which is all about energy, initiative. It's about getting things started, getting things going. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is all about action, desire, and it can be quite aggressive, but it's very motivating. Now, please remember to watch for your rising sign first, as I'll be covering the houses that this full moon falls in for each sign, and then watch for your sun and moon sign. Remember, it's a general reading, so not all the messages might resonate with you, so just apply them as you see fit, and where they fit into your life. Now everyone, the full moon is a time when we get clarifications and results from our intentions and our questions at the full moon. So it's a time of gratitude and forgiveness, and it's a time of letting go of what hasn't worked, and accepting where we find ourselves now. And in doing so, it enables us to, at the next new moon, make new intentions, set new goals and dreams, or tweak those that we had the previous month, but where we saw things didn't quite work out. Let's get started. Welcome, Scorpio. Oh my goodness. Some of these cards have been jumping out so fast. So sorry, Scorpio, I was saying hello. So this full moon, Scorpio, for you is in your 8th house. Because this full moon is in Aries, every house falls in the correct house order. So the 8th house is your house, Scorpio, and it's ruled by Pluto, and it influences rebirth, transformation, death, and other people's money. So by other people's money, it can be loans or inheritance or that kind of thing. And what a way to start. Creation. And this is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And, you know, if you're a rising sign Scorpio, the 8th house is transformation. Oh, sorry, dropped all my cards. It's rebirth and transformation. And I feel this creation card is, oh gosh, you know, creation is the birth, isn't it? So I'm wondering how this is going to play out for you. So we have the Queen of the Moon Oracle as your overall energy. Then we have the Moonology Oracle for additional messages, and then we have the Tarot. We have the Universal Rider-Waite, and then the Witch's Tarot. Oh, let's take that one. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal. It's very, very Aries, isn't it? And that's what this full moon's in. It's in Aries. What messages do you have for Scorpio for this full moon, please, Spirit? Let's take that. Come out a bit. Page of Swords, very nice. Okay, Scorpio, just grab the energies. Okay. So we have creation. And I love this person's kind of sitting, looking out. It's a real contemplative energy, really thinking energy. There's maps, like plans. And I feel, Scorpio, you're asking yourself questions. You've got the Page of Swords. Now, pages are the potential of something. They're also the planning stage. They're also that very beginning stage where you're, sometimes it's not even the planning stage, it's just understanding what your next dream is or where you're headed. The Swords, where your mind is at. And I feel this creation is here because I feel that I just get the word birth. And that's not the same as being pregnant or the incubation period of a dream. Birth is the happening. And that's what I feel where you're at, Scorpio. You're creating. You're bringing it from the unseen into the practical scene. You know, and I love how this is plans, like they're like house plans or something. I'm not sure if you can see that. And I love the analogy of that, because a house starts in somebody's mind, doesn't it? You know, an architect will picture a house, he'll be able to visualize it, and then he makes plans. And then from drawings, a builder can then look at those drawings and see the 3D house or building. And they bring it into the world. They make it, they bring it from the untangible, the idea of it, into the real, the solid. And I feel that's where you're at, Scorpio. You're bringing something to life and into the world. Now you've got your commitment is being tested, and be bold and make the first move. And I feel that this, your commitment is being, actually, do you know, I'm going to read these a little bit differently. Your commitment is being tested, and this 9 of Wands is just really compatible energy, and then these two energies are beautiful together, so I'm going to read them like that. Your commitment is being tested, the Knight of Wands. Now the Knight of Wands is holding on to his Ace of Wands. He's been on a journey. There's just the 10 of Wands after this. So he's taken the Ace of Wands, the gift from the universe, he's taken it and he's taken steps and actions on it. Some have been fruitful, some have been painful. And that's our journey. You know, we get a little bit bruised and battered along the way. We pick ourselves up and we keep going, and we learn lessons, we gain wisdom, we change, we evolve. And the 9 of Wands is very much the wounded warrior, but that is still on his feet. Admittedly, he's got support, but he still believes in his dream and his passion. He's still there. And I feel this is you. When we get to this, we're kind of like, we're really running just on faith. We're really running on belief in ourselves and in what we're trying to do. We're no longer defending ourselves. We're no longer fighting. We're in acceptance, and we're still holding on because we believe. And I think that's where your commitment is being tested. No, Scorpio, don't waver. Know that this is not the stage that you give up on. It's not all for nothing. And just because it hasn't been a smooth ride, it doesn't mean it's not the right ride. You know, sometimes we think that if we're aligned, there should be no problems. If we're in the flow, there should be no problems. That's not at all the case. And I feel Spirit saying, be bold. Make the first move. The Seven of Swords for me is very much strategic. It's thinking outside the box. You see the outcome that you want. There's possibly a traditional way to get there, but that's not the way you're going to be doing it. People see this card as sneaky and lying and deceitful, and sometimes I might see that as well in a reading. But for me, the majority of this time, this card is a good card. All the yellow is a joyful color. Yellow is the color of communication and joyful communication. For me, it's the color of the sun, which illuminates. It's clarity. And I find that it's finding a way of achieving something that is a little bit outside the box. It's taking opportunities that others haven't seen, haven't noticed, are not interested in. It's not taking more than you need, but because nobody else is interested, they don't see the worth, you do. And that's what this be bold and make the first move, I believe that's what this is about. It's about be bold. Do it different. Take a chance even. You know, when we make the first move, there's a risk involved. But I feel that it'll pay off. And it'll have you moving forward again. And you've got the Page of Swords. Now this is really interesting energy in this reading, because I feel like our commitment is tested the most when we're at the end of our journey. It's when we've tried and tried, you know, we've fallen over, we've picked ourselves up, we've fallen over, we've picked ourselves up. You know, I think there's a Chinese proverb that says, fall down 7 times, get up 8 times, or something like that. And it's because this creation, this creation is, whatever this is, Scorpio, it's going to be manifest. You're making this happen. And the Page of Swords, that's why I find this energy so interesting in this reading, because the Page of Swords is, you've taken the Ace of Wands, the gift from the universe, the Ace of Swords, which in the Ace of Swords is a gift from the universe, generally a message or an idea that helps you move forward. But the page is very inexperienced. He doesn't know all the steps yet. He knows what he wants to do. He's got the idea and he's ready. You know, it's that young energy where you just want to jump before you've had it all figured out. And the pages are the potential in something. Now, I generally read the pages as the beginning steps, so it generally tells me that you're at the very beginning of something. But in your reading, that's not at all the case. I feel that it's linked in with the Seven of Swords. It's going to take a new mindset. It's going to take a fresh mind to see outside the box. And that's why it's a page, because, you know, as we get older, often we can get more set in our ways if we're not careful and we don't keep challenging ourselves. The young haven't yet. You know, they're always willing to try something new because I guess they don't have the experience behind them. They don't have the years to have that experience behind them, where they then get more cautious as they go. And I feel it doesn't matter, Scorpio, what age group you are at all, but it's almost like you need to engage a young mind, a fresh mind. It could be something that a young person says to you that makes you go, oh, never thought about that. Could be technology even, like the computer and things like that. But it will be not a traditional way of doing things, not a way you ever would have seen yourself doing it. That's why it's going to take a certain amount of boldness, a certain amount of belief in yourself. But Scorpio, this can play out in so many areas of your life. But this is something being achieved. Just embrace a new way of thinking about it. You're probably on that last little hiccup that probably has you a bit stumped. Maybe has you even doubting yourself, like, what am I doing? That's your commitment being tested. Be bold. This can be somebody else's idea. It can just be a lightning bolt idea that comes to you out of nowhere, but it'll give you the actions on how to move forward to create this. Ah, beautiful message, Scorpio. After the heavy messages of October, this feels light. This feels beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Love and light, my friends. Bye-bye.